Shalom and good day all. This is Healing29 with Flip Otaku.
What's going on, guys?
And I don't know how many have decided to make it today. Even if it's a clean stream or a quiet stream, we can still get through with what we had planned.
Yep.
And the topic for today is Hitman Reborn.
Yes.
And why we both enjoy it.
Yeah, so you've read the manga. I haven't read much of the manga because it got canceled here, sadly. It's 42 volumes in Japan?
Overall volumes is 44.
44, okay.
And I did manage to get a hold of the manga myself through eBay, of all places. Very expensive.
How much did you drop on it?
Oh, under 700 Australian dollars.
Oh, man. That's,
Yowchers, yeah.
Wow.
Yowchers.
Yikes. That you could have gotten.
Yeah, just to find something that I really enjoyed, came across online, through Crunchyroll of all things, and it's sort of like the thing that helped me get excited in the series. And I started off with, what was it, the Volume 1 and Volume 10.
Yeah.
Which I also managed to find through eBay. They're now my spares, because now I've got Volumes 1 to 16.
And then have you read, not read, but have you seen all of the anime?
I'm presently in Season 2.
Okay.
So I'm really enjoying that right now.
I think the anime it's probably the best shonen anime outside of Yu Yu Hakusho. Personally for me. It's so good. And it starts off, it's one of those series where, I dropped it after the first couple episodes, but I've heard people say, hey, after 20 episodes, which is all big, that's a big ask to watch 20 episodes of something that you're not enjoying. But I keep hearing, hey, 20 episodes, and it gets really good. And then I push through, and I ended up getting completely sucked into Hitman. And it's so good. It's so good.
Well, might as well start off with the first question.
Okay.
What led you to the anime manga of Hitman Reborn?
Honestly, it's I'm a huge, even though I'm friends with a lot of them now, I'm just a huge Discotheque fanboy. Everything that they put out lately, it's been very miss with me, but there was a time period a couple of years ago, I think a handful of years ago, where everything that they were putting out was just an absolute knockout of the park. So I ended up getting the first box set, and then I remember watching it briefly, just like I said, it was a blind buy, and the second box set had come out, and I didn't enjoy the first handful of episodes. And then I eventually powered through it, ordered the second box set, and it's been a year or so since I watched it, but I binged it in probably 4 months. But yeah, what led me to it was just Discotheque putting it out, and then finding out it's a Shonen Jump manga, and trying out some of the manga. But like you said, 700 Australian dollars for a manga set that's not even finished is quite a lot.
Yes, it is. Well, to let you know what led me to checking out the series was, at the time I was watching some anime through Crunchyroll, and I came across Hitman Reborn. The ones that I was sort of watching before it was Naruto Shippuden, of course Boruto, checking that out, and then all of a sudden I saw Hitman Reborn, and I thought, okay, I might just check this out. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not.
Yeah.
Hit it. Holy crap, what is this? This is really good.
Doesn't it kind of blow you away what ends up getting popular? Because Because Reborn's not popular. I mean, it was popular enough to get 40 something volumes, 200 episodes, but like no one in the Western world talks about it. And I think it's one of the best shonen ever.
Totally agree. I also like the power system of like what I've learned of it so far through the anime. The craziness that happens with Suna.
Yep. Suna is. Have you gotten to the ending yet?
No, not yet. Like I said, I'm still stuck in the second season, but I'm just loving every episode. In fact, what was it? There were a few episodes where the desperation bullet wasn't actually fired, but they were still reasonably good episodes.
The ending for Reborn, I remember I was a little disappointed with what Suna ends up doing, but I was like, that's a really good outcome. Like the way they ended that was really, really good.
All right. I might move on to the next question.
Okay.
What stood out differently in Reborn compared to other manga or anime that you might have been watching at the time?
Someone says face reveal.
Yeah, good to see you, Eric. Thank you for joining.
What's going on, Eric?
He's a good friend I know in the comics community.
Eric, welcome, buddy. Welcome. I'm really picky when it comes to shonen. I read a lot of shonen. I've watched a lot of shonen, and for me, the big popular titles never stood out for me. I've always liked very niche things, but I like the structure of shonen. So what stood out for me is that one, it's got a really cool power system, but it's also got a mafia like it's got some mafia stuff in it. And as a person who's Italian, mafia stuff automatically appeals to me. But also it's just a great cast of characters. It gave me very similar vibes to when I watched Yu Yu Hakusho or Shaman King. When I read Shaman King, the anime is a whole different story with that. But these shonen titles that do really cool things, really unique things, but get overlooked. Because I don't like One Piece, I don't like Bleach, I definitely do not like Naruto at all. But Reborn is something that is so good, and when you told me that you were like really into it, it's finally good to see somebody talk about it and pick it up, because it is a big time investment. I mean, 203 episodes.
That would be 203 episodes.
And then there's like 2 OVAs, right? So just all that stuff is just, it's a lot to ask, but it's one of the most rewarding time investments. The world, the character is just, and some of the animation. That's the other thing. You're on second season, right?
Yes, I am.
The animation just continuously gets better and better. Like it blows my mind. I don't know where the budget was coming from, because again, this show not as popular, but it absolutely just gets better and better and better and better. Yeah, it's everything about this show stands out to me. I think it's incredible, like insanely good. But how about you?
I think one good thing that really sort of stood out with myself was basically watching the character of Suna grow. And you see him in the series, and at the beginning, he's sort of like, okay, he's focusing on someone he sees as a bit of a younger love interest. And on top of that, he doesn't have a very big social circle. Well, who could relate to that today? Quite a number of people,
yep.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And I know what that's like myself, just in personal life, and the instant relatability with the character was fantastic. because you could bring that across. Yeah, there's the mafia side of things, and of course him not wanting to be the head of the mafia, even though he's constantly doing challenges in relation to becoming mafia boss.
Yep. Yep.
It's so clever in that, and I like that. And he's always got those decisions on his mind, plus also learning the consequences for some of those decisions. To learning when it's time to have some rest, to learning to put trust in his friends. And that's something I'm sort of seeing, I think it's around the 25 to the second season mark, where, yeah, in this time period, he has to learn to trust that his friends can do right by him.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic, because it can be very hard to do that even in this day and age.
Now, I have a question for you. Do you know that so have you read all of the manga or just the volumes that you have?
I haven't read any of the manga that I've got yet.
Okay. So,
but I am looking forward to reading and reviewing it just to see how close the anime is to the manga.
I actually made some notes prior to the stream because I wanted to, because I've never read the manga fully. But when I did my notes, I found out that there are 2 arcs that never get adapted in the anime. That's the Inheritance Ceremony arc and Curse of the Rainbow arc. They did filler arcs, the Primo family arc, which I like, in the Arco Blanc or the Arco Blanio arcs. They all take place between the future arc, which revolves about Suna when they go back to the present. So,
yep.
I didn't know that, and now I really want to read the manga, and I would love for Viz to do 2-in-1, 3-in-1s even.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd be amazing. I mean, even if it's that thin paper like in the One Piece 3-in-1s, that would be incredible.
All right. I might move on to the next question. Hopefully we'll get some more viewers. But in time, who are your 3 favorite characters that are in it?
Oh, man. I really like Takashi or Takeshi. Is it Takeshi or Takashi?
Takeshi, I think it is.
Of course, Kiyoya. I'm really bad with Japanese names. And then, of course, Suna. I mean, Reborn's cool, too, but he's he's
Reborn's just a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
But a cool one, too.
A very cool one. A very, very cool one. But yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my 3 would probably have to be, of course, Suna, because the story is centered around him.
Yeah.
Gokudera, because he's like one of the first friends that sort of like connected to the mafia.
Yep.
And I think it's Kyoko. He's sort of like his love interest.
Dakura?
No, his love interest.
God, what is
not
it?
Haru. Kyoko.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's nice that he's got someone there that he would like to have the end goal of the person he wants to marry. That's something that I like to see.
Yeah.
I was hoping we'd have some people join us in the chat, because the next one actually involves someone asking a question from the chat. I don't think that's going to happen.
So let's just hypothetically say someone is in the chat typing. What's the question?
Ooh, imagine if they asked favorite episode.
Okay, favorite. Okay, typing. What's your favorite episode?
Ooh. When they reach the first person, I forget the character's name, but he starts off as a villain. But I do know later on in the series he does become like a bit of an ally to the group. And it's like their version of the Sage of Six Paths.
Yeah.
But this person's, instead of being a hero, they're actually a villain.
No, my favorite.
I forget the name of the character, but that is sort of like one of the best episodes that I do like. And how that character is also able to take over some of Suna's friends, so therefore it puts very high risk for the character. Now, that's in the first season.
That's in the first season?
That's in the first season.
Now, my favorite episode I can't say because you're not far along yet. And when you do finish the anime, we need to come back and do this again and talk about it as a whole. Because, hello, computer robots.
Computer robots?
But yeah,
Welcome
so there's a episode towards the end. It's like one of the last battles. I think it's the very final arc. That just emotionally is impactful. And Suna makes a choice on his future, and it's very satisfying. Thanks for the question, person in the chat comment.
All right. 3 least favorite characters.
Rakuto. Lambo. I don't like characters like that. Yeah, just characters like, I don't know. Just characters like Lambo get on my nerves. So definitely not Lambo. What about you?
Well, I did say 3.
3?
Yeah.
Rakuto, Lambo. That's the problem, though, is that I like most of the characters in Reborn. Like, it's one of those animes where I didn't really get annoyed. Like Lambo gets on my nerves a lot, but no one else really pissed me off in this.
It's interesting because you actually mentioned one that is in my list, and that is Lambo.
Yeah, Lambo.
Especially in the early part of it, and then there's that gun that he has, bazooka.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely ridiculous! But
and I just don't like the gun.
It's a crazy design.
It's stupid.
But it's interesting that what was it? In where I am now in the second season, you do actually get to see quite a bit of a jump with the character and a small bit of maturity of the character, which you really don't expect. But it takes, say, 30 plus, almost 40 plus episodes just to get to that.
Yeah, and I do like
where he slowly starts to get likable.
I do like his adult form.
Yeah.
The chibi infant. No, he's so obnoxious. Terrible. And he's got those stupid ass horns. Just a stupid character.
I think another one of my least favorite characters, but this is sort of like still addressing early on in the series because you never really understood a lot of his motive, and that's Habari.
So that's the one that you don't like.
Least favorite.
Really? Because I kind
He's
of like
not,
the Bard.
he's not my worst, but it's sort of like least favorite, sort of like in the early stages, because you don't know much about him, don't know much about his intentions, but you do see that there is something there that sparks with the character and also with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
The next would probably be Haru-chan. the other romantic interest.
So do you hate
Uh,
her just because you like the other girl better?
She comes off more as a bit of a fangirl towards Suna,
Yeah.
where the other one sort of like has developed emotions for him, Kyoko.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it's balanced. The least favorite. All right. We've got about 2 more questions. Hey, computer robots. I hope you're doing well on that end. If you're still watching.
Wasn't Hitman Reborn created by a female?
It certainly was. And that's one thing I also love about the series. Even Blue Exorcist and a manga series that I really enjoy was also done by a female manga creator.
I could not get into Blue Exorcist.
So
Could not get into it.
So I didn't expect even with Blue Exorcist to be done by a female manga creator, but I love the manga. Okay, they might have stuffed up on the first season. That crap happens.
Yeah.
But they did well to sort of like fix it up with the Kyoto arc in the next one.
I just don't like it. I don't know. It's not my thing. I had all the volumes that were out at one point, read all of it, and the whole time I was just like, oh, man.
All right, well, how about favorite arc?
So my favorite arc is one of the ones I mentioned earlier, but it's not in the anime, and I don't think you're there yet. It's later on.
No.
Sorry. It's in the anime. It's not in the manga, so you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Again, we need to do this again I should go back and watch. I should try to. I'm going to be quarantined. Maybe I have time to watch 200 plus episodes. Maybe I'll actually do that, and then me and you could sit here and do a full anime review of Hitman Reborn, because I think the anime is. I don't think there's a bad arc. Even like the arc that I like is filler. It's fucking great. Or freaking great, sorry. Am I allowed to on here?
My favorite arc, again, linking back to the villain that sort of like had the Sage of Six Paths, but the evil version within the anime, because that's sort of like where things really started to pick up in the storytelling. Even though I'm not further in the story, I've also heard that things also get really good in this Varia arc, which I'm up in now. But until I've finished that arc, it's going to be a while until I find my favorite episode in that.
Dude, I think you're going to love the arc that I'm thinking of.
I look forward to getting to it.
Also, if we do this again, you got to do a face reveal, okay?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
What are you, like, secretly like a wolf?
Nah. Alright, least favorite arc.
Again, I don't think there's just like when we're talking about characters, I don't think there's a character I hate besides what's his name with the horns?
Yeah. Just the flamethrower?
I don't think there's a bad arc. I do think the first 10-ish episodes are not that good. But it gets exponentially great as time goes on. As episodes pass, it gets better and better and better and better. And I've never seen a show do that. It's kind of like the Yu Yu Hakusho. I can't name a bad arc in Yu Yu Hakusho.
Well, that finishes off the questions. So, how about we move into some things that we're presently reading through?
Yeah.
Whether it's comics, trades, even manga or anime.
Anime? Awesome.
Yep.
Well,
It's free.
well, the world is halted, so I don't have a job currently, which is weird. I've never not worked. So I've been building model kits, the Gundams and stuff, and Pluto TV. So Shout Factory. I don't know if you follow Kamen Rider, Tulum?
No, I don't, but I've actually know a few friends within the comics community that I do know who do watch Kamen Rider. And I also follow some of their channels.
Well, I love Kamen Rider, and like when I say love Kamen Rider, I mean I love Kamen Rider, and it's never had a big presence in the West. So a week and a half ago, they accidentally put up all 98 episodes of the original 1971 Kamen Rider, fully subbed on Tubi TV. I got about 6 episodes in before they took it down, and I was really upset because I was like, and I was thinking, Shout Factory's going to put out Blu-rays or DVDs. Fast forward to Monday, they announced that there's a channel on Pluto called Toku Shoutsu, where they are streaming 24/7 all tokusatsu content. So like the lineup right now is Kamen Rider, Ultraman Leo, and then pretty much every Super Sentai that they have licensed. So I've been having that on in the background. I'm also going through Gundam again chronologically, the Universal Century timeline. I just started 8th MS Team today. I forgot how great that anime is. But other than that, I've been reading Opossums by Sotomo Nihei. Just rearranging shelves because I sold a bunch of manga, and once this virus is calmed down, I need to go to the post office and ship some stuff. But yeah, I've just been hanging out, watching Toku, watching my mecha. I've been very on brand. If I'm not watching mecha, I'm building a mecha and watching Toku. So it's been very, very, very on brand for me. How about you?
All right. For myself, I've been reading through sort of like some of my comics that I've had set aside, which is sort of like not read throughout the week. Normally, after I get my Fool's Gold comic review out of the way, or other comic review I might have out the way, or also including manga. My recent manga review was Hell's Paradise. I really enjoyed that.
Is that good?
It was. It was surprisingly good, and I would recommend it. I would definitely recommend for pickup.
Someone said, I think it was based on someone said it was, it kind of reminded them of Blade the Immortal.
It wouldn't surprise me. I haven't actually read Blade of the Immortal, but I would like to see it and read
So
it.
It's that good, though.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll be able to check out the review on my own channel as well. And I didn't want to give away too many things to spoil it, but I did like the idea of here's the head of state or the head of the nation trying to search for the elixir of life. Right, that's the thing that they're searching for. And one of the people that's being called in is someone who we know, according to the story, is for some reason unable to be killed. We don't know why, but when you read through like the first few chapters, you do sort of like learn some hints about the character's past and why it might also lead to him unable to die.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick it up. That and Jujutsu Kaisen, for some reason, I get confused in my mind. They don't have similar titles, do they?
No, they don't. One's a part of the Viz signature. Jujutsu Kaisen is more so set on a supernatural type format.
Maybe I'm just
I do have the first 2 volumes to it, though, of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Is it good?
Still got to get around to reading them and reviewing them.
Okay.
I did have one subscriber request me to review it, so I'm going to make sure I get around to doing it. What I've presently been reading...
By the way, congratulations on 100 subs.
Oh, thank you. And I couldn't have done that without the subs as well, because they play a part. They are the audience.
Yeah.
And audience, fans, whatever they happen to be called in this day and age. Can't do it without them.
How do you feel about Boruto?
Boruto,
Is it good?
it has been good. I think the manga is a little bit better than the actual animated series.
Well,
Because it's got a little bit more depth to it. And they're basically exploring the world of basically ninja scientific technology. So, wondering if they might be planning. It doesn't mean they are going to do it, but they may not do it. Is do a bit of a connection between all 3, sort of like Naruto, Boruto, and then there's Samurai 8. They're all connected to one manga creator.
Yeah, Kishimoto, right?
Yep.
Is he your favorite?
Well, I've got some Naruto 3-in-1 manga, which I need to catch up with.
I just don't like Naruto.
That's fine.
If you ever ask me to come on
hate you for
a live stream, I'm going to be like batching it the whole time. It's not going to be a fun stream.
Well, I'm not going to hate you for it.
Thank you.
We need a difference of opinion.
Are you?
Hey, if we didn't have a difference of opinion, we'd all sound like bloody robots.
Hey, how do you feel about Bleach coming back?
What was that?
How do you feel about Bleach coming back?
I've never seen or read Bleach before, but
You're probably better off.
But there's probably maybe one character of interest in the series that might pique me to picking up the manga, but I'll give it time first. That might pass.
Yeah.
I have been enjoying Black Clover. Hey, good to see you, Ed Brewer. Welcome to Livestream. Another friend I know in the comics community.
What's going on, buddy? See, I'm not big in the comics community, so...
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh my god, it's Nyx.
Good to see you, Nyx. Welcome to the stream.
There we go. How many people we got now?
Presently 2. Might be 3.
Nyx
and none.
Nyx and Ed. What's going on, guys? Nyx is the homie.
He is.
Nyx is a beautiful man. I love him. Just like I love you. You guys, seriously, you guys support my channel so much. Every time I stream, it's Talium, Nyx, Captain Manga, and a handful of other people. You guys are always in the comments on every video. I seriously appreciate you two in particular, you and Nyx.
How are we going? Well, we're still living and breathing. That's a good thing.
Knock on some wood. I don't want to die. I would prefer not to die. Oh God, I'm coughing. Shit.
Well, how about we ask whoever's in the live stream, what are they presently reading right now or watching? What that they're enjoying?
What do you think the most overrated manga is?
Most overrated manga? Oh, I wouldn't have any idea. Are we talking present era or over the past 10 years?
In general.
In general? Ooh, good question. Probably My Hero. That's not to say that I don't like My Hero. I do actually enjoy the manga, but I'll give it that. I do enjoy the manga. It doesn't mean I'm always enjoying the anime because sometimes you could be ahead of the manga and not know what they're going to deliver in the anime or how they'll deliver certain scenes in the anime.
I think the most overrated series is Naruto. I think it's garbage. I don't want to watch the blonde hair boy do this.
Not only that, also Masashi Kishimoto is sort of like seen as the king of retcons for that too.
I also think Kishimoto just got lucky. You know? I think he just got lucky. I don't think he's a good writer. I don't think he's good. I don't think the art's good. I don't know. Naruto's the Donald Trump of manga.
Well, Ed, what have you been watching recently? And you too, Nix. Have you been watching any shows, including anime, that you've been enjoying?
I'm gonna guess Nix is watching Demon Slayer. He slowed down his uploads, which is good. But yeah, Nick's usually like Nick was putting out a video a day for like 2 videos a day for like a month. But now he's down to like one every couple of days, which is good. And yeah, he uploaded one 2 days ago. Ultimate Ninja Storm. A very funny intro to that video, by the way.
Ah, awesome. I hope you're enjoying it, Nix.
Yes, I told him about that. I told him to pick up Golden Kamuy. Nix, can I recommend? I mean, Nix, tell him. Can I recommend a comic, not a condom? Jesus Christ.
Sure, go ahead.
Berlin by Jason Lutz is really good. It is phenomenal.
I want to pick that. I want to pick that up.
I got it right there. It's one of my. It's a very emotional read. It's one of the best reads I've ever. It's one of the best things I've ever read. Greg Thompson's Blankets is really good. Nick Drasno's Sabrina, and of course, Power Rangers. Pick up the Power Rangers comics.
It's interesting because today, with my comic haul, I picked up the Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover.
Is it good?
Issue. It's been an interesting series.
You said that, and you're like,
Been an interesting series. It's half-half.
It can't be any worse than Transformers and My Little Pony.
They also did a Power Rangers crossover with the Justice League. I do have the trade for it, but I still got to get around to reading it.
So, are you mostly comics?
I love comics. I love manga. I love
How old are you, Julian?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm in my 40s.
You're in your 40s?
Yes. Let me guess. I sound younger than that?
You're my age. You're in your 40s?
Yep. Early 40s.
Holy shit. I thought you were my age. So, are you married and have kids and shit?
No, not married. Do have 2 cats though.
You do? How old
Not
are they?
married, but do have 2 cats.
Are they young?
They're both about 10, 11 years old, the cats, so had them for quite a while.
My daughter just turned 2. So, being a dad rocks, huh?
Well, whether it's the real kids or fur kids.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I don't read manga or watch anime, but DC Comics is my jam. I love Justice League and Detective Comics. I like Batman. Out of all the major mainline superheroes, Batman's always been my favorite.
Well, I do remember you said on one of your streams that you enjoyed the Tomasi Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you said you got the omnibus as well.
I had it. I sold all my omnibuses at one point last year, or 2018. Sold them all. It funded a lot of that.
Well, I do happen to have the omnibus for it right here.
It's a thick
And
book.
it is. And Tomasi is quite an incredible writer.
Yes, he is.
Considering he was also a DC editor.
He was? I know that.
Yeah, he's been an editor at DC, and from editor he became like a writer. You can see he's got a lot of love and care for the characters. And that includes what you see on my icon right now, on my profile now, is a new thing that came out that he worked on, which was called the Super Sons. So you might want to check that out.
Did I get an omnibus? Because I had an omnibus featuring those two.
Yeah.
Okay, then I have read parts of that.
You'll love it.
I need to get back into comics, but it's one hobby or the other.
Oh, another thing too is that some of the artists that sort of like worked within Super Sons, including the second thing that they covered with Super Sons, because they had the first one, which was like the Super Sons omnibus. Then they ended up bringing out the Adventures of the Super Sons, which that's got 2 volumes. One of the artists that worked on the first volumes, or the first one, which led to the omnibus, he was actually influenced by manga. And that's how he drew Damian Wayne, or drew both Damian and John together. He sort of used that format.
That's awesome.
In his art style. Nix has a question for us. Do you guys prefer DC or Marvel? I personally prefer DC myself, but there are Marvel characters I do like.
I think Thanos in the comics is really shallow. But I think the Infinity Gauntlet, which goes into Infinity War and all that like trilogy arc is really damn good. I think, what's his name? The guy who created Thanos. Sterling.
Yeah, Jim Starlin.
I think he is an incredible writer. I think his ideas are really good. But outside of that, outside of Jim stuff, I don't connect or resonate with any Marvel characters. There's stories that I like in Marvel. I really like Batman, so I can pick up like whatever Batman's in and kind of enjoy it. Old Man Logan, both the original and the ongoing, I think it's really. Old Man Hawkeye surprised me. I didn't think that was going to be that good, but it was really good. And then Donny Cates, anything Donny Cates does is phenomenal. Venom was amazing.
What was it? something Donny Cates related that I picked up was Total Carnage.
Yes. Yep.
And I look forward to reading through the trade of that. I heard a lot of good reviews about it. So I made arrangements through my local comic store to make sure that it was on my haul list.
Yep.
I like the idea of having, Eddie in there, plus his son. That was a really good, clever dynamic. And then there's a new series around that, written by someone else, and it's called The Good Son.
Mm-hmm.
And it's meant to be sort of like a reflection to the movie The Good Son, but in this case it's sort of like set around people with certain superpowers or abilities because of the symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's the Venom symbiote or the Carnage symbiote.
I really like, what was it, the Venomverse that they were doing?
Yep.
That was pretty fun stuff. It was dumb. It was very dumb and silly, but it was a lot of fun. And that's how I feel too, Nix. I feel that way too. So, Talia, let me ask you, since you are almost a boomer, are you staying safe?
Yes, I am.
Are you guys locked down?
In Australia, we've had quite a bit locked down. They're wanting to finally wisen up and close the borders. It's taken them too long to do that.
I mean, the U.S. waited way too long.
Yeah. Talk about lazy on that topic.
They're talking about giving every citizen like $2,000 a month, which I think is funny because the same people that are wanting to do it were the same people screaming socialism is bad.
Yeah.
Now it's a good thing because 18% of the U.S. population is out of a job. 18%. That's a lot of people. And as a small business owner, I'm kind of fucked. The problem was, so we had the option, stay open for pickup and delivery. But if it's not safe for me to have a dining room full of people to wait them on tables, why would it be safe to have an entryway full of people waiting to pick up food? You know what I mean? So we just decided to shut it down because I have a baby, I have a wife who has asthma to worry about, and my dad's older. You know, he's got health issues, so it's a scary time, man.
It certainly is.
And then you guys just had the fucking worst fires in the history of the world, and then now this. You guys,
I know. It's the last one we bloody need right now.
I mean, my wife reads the Bible and she's like, "This is all in the Bible." And I'm like, "Oh no, it's the end of the world."
Well,
now, to Liam, is that thing you say the shalom, right?
Shalom, yeah.
Are you Jewish?
The username is Jewish, yes.
But you are?
Close enough.
Close enough, yeah.
It just means peace in Hebrew.
I think Hebrew is a really pretty language, even though it's kind of harsh at first. But it's a very cool sounding language.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak Hebrew?
A little bit of it, but not a lot.
How do you say...
Mostly English here, but...
Can you say, like, kiss my ass in Hebrew?
No, I wish I could, though.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Oh, wow. Ed's at work in a hotel.
Yeah. Well, stay safe, Ed, because we need you around.
Yep. Does Ed do videos?
I think he does on his channel.
I have to subscribe.
But you can always let us know in text if he doesn't. But he does care about like other members within the community too, and he's often seen at another stream that I go to, which is the I Love Comics channel.
Do you guys sub? Do you guys sub to like near mint condition?
Actually, I believe I did subscribe to that one.
Omar is great.
Here we go. Ed is just a listener by his own words. That's good. We still need our listeners.
Yep. You should put out content, Ed.
Right. All I have had in my head is if war broke out, it would literally be
Modern Warfare 3 stuff. I really hope the government starts giving me free money.
I've played that game.
It's a great game.
It is.
Well, man, it's 2 a.m, so do you want to go ahead and
finish off the stream?
Yeah, finish off the stream because I'm going to go try and get sleep. I say try.
Yep. Well, thank you for joining the stream.
Thank you for having me, man. This was a lot of fun, and once you finish Hitman Reborn, we need to talk about that ending.
Sounds great. Until then, let's keep it colorful. If you want to shill your channel, go ahead and shill your channel.
Oh, me? I'm Flip Otaku. Cover mostly anime and manga. Tokusatsu as well. I'm a huge mech fan. I'm weird. Just kind of me. I have the Flipcast. I do random live streams at 4 a.m. With my friend Zach from Uchu Shelf. But yeah, let's keep it colorful.
Oh, you forgot something. The Fan versus Pro.
Oh. Every Monday at 9 p.m. CST, I host a show with one of the Discotech guys called Fan versus Pro. And we do topic-based discussions, and we go off topic a lot. And have a good night, Nix, Ed, everyone. Take care.
Yep, take care all.